Kansas City recently passed an ordinance that will give police the tools to improve the peace and quiet neighborhoods deserve. Sergeant Brad Duman explains what the new Nuisance Business Ordinance does.
The problem has been a loophole, and this does secure it. It gives us a bunch of different avenues that we can target some of these businesses and some of these houses that are creating a nuisance for the community. For example, one of the nuisance businesses might be a place that after regular bars close, they may open up at 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, and they may run just like a regular bar would run. They charge entry fees, maybe $10 to get in the door. They charge for alcohol once you get inside. Could be $4 or $5 a cup. They have, sometimes they have gambling on. They have dancers inside. So some of these are very, very elaborate. Someone that actually legitimately owns their business, whether it be a bar, a liquor store, party hall, whatever it might be, they're often called and they're frustrated that somebody else doesn't have to go through the same process to be able to have their place licensed and whatnot to be able to run a legitimate business. Prior to this ordinance, frustrations would be that we didn't have the teeth to be able to fight them, and we didn't have a real good city charge to be able to combat the plaguing problem, and this gives us a lot more tools in our tool belt to do it. The officers do have a lot of discretion, and for example, this ordinance allows them, if they say they went into a frat party or a party that's just occurring on one night, whether it's Friday or Saturday, and the neighbors had called 2 or 3 times, there's cars parked all over up and down the street, neighbors can't get home, there's loud music, kids drinking. It fits all the criteria. If they go into the place and they say, everybody, you guys got to leave, this is creating a nuisance party, and if they decide they don't want to leave, then they can also be subject to arrest, where before we didn't have the teeth to be able to do something like that. The frequency that these things happen at is actually quite alarming. They happen at any given time. There's 3 or 4 of them going in the city. Now they change because a lot of these places the owners rent to different people, and the individuals that rent the buildings or the house will then run a party through it and make quite a bit of money through it. People will rent out large buildings, and they'll keep them for a long period of time, and they'll run parties once or twice a month, and you factor in 150 people at $10 a head plus alcohol, food, gambling, whatever else they're making, and these places are making quite a bit of money. They deserve an ordinance like this just because, one, these parties are a huge nuisance to them. There's cars always up and down the street. It brings with assaults, shootings, loud music. Trying to sleep through the hours with something like this going on, 2 or 3 houses down from you is almost impossible. People get up in the morning and their neighborhood's littered with trash. So these have been a very, very big problem for the community for a long time.
As a result of the Nuisance Business Ordinance, the quality of life should improve not only in the reduction of noise, but will also make neighborhoods safer as well. I'm Officer Shelley Gaddis. Have a safe week.